Yo guys, JinSwords here. Sorry I couldn't upload over the weekend, I was away, but I do have a Wi-Fi battle here. This is a UU versus OU team. He's got a lot of dragons and a Landorus, which is actually a Therian form, but I'm playing on Pokemon Black, so it doesn't appear that way. So I'm just going to need to make sure I keep around Rotom Heat form to use that HP Ice, so let's get right into it. This guy's name is like SrCharles12 or something like that. So I'm going to lead off with my Ambipom, as he's going to lead off with Metagross, and it's alright. Predicting him to be some kind of Stealth Rocks variant. I'm just going to go for Fake Out, thinking he might stay in, because, what can an Ambipom do to Metagross? But between Technician, Fake Out, and U-Turn, I can get him down to about 55-60%, which is actually not bad at all. And predicting him to go for Meteor Mash, maybe Earthquake or something, maybe even Stealth Rocks. I'm going to go into my Rotom Heat form to take that. And knowing that I can dish out an Overheat or Thunderbolt or Volt Switch or something in return. Not quite sure if he wanted to switch here. I'm just going to go for Volt Switch. But turns out he actually stays in. And not quite sure what he wants to do here. I'm going to go right into Claydol, because Claydol is pretty bulky on its own. And can take some hits. So yeah, and he actually reveals the Psychic, which is really strange. He gets a crit here, but he must be like 252 attack and 232 special attack, because that's just a strange set. And probably just gonna go for Meteor Mash here, and does quite a bit of damage actually. It does about 50%, and I didn't get out my rocks here. But after leftover recovery, I was not quite sure whether I could take another one, but I stayed in because Claydol was pretty much useless after this. He did not get up his rocks, and he looks like a very hyper offensive team, so I don't think he's going to try to get up rocks. But I do survive, and I am going to be able to take him out with an Earthquake. And yeah, so I've got an early advantage 6-5, while Claydol's on very low health. You can definitely use him for Death Fodder later. And so now he's gonna bring in a Scizor. Not sure if he's probably gonna just want to go for U-turn or Pursuit, but Claydol's useless staying in here because he's slower anyways. So I'm just gonna go back into Rotom Heat form. I'm gonna take a Bullet Punch or U-turn or Pursuit or anything. Oops, sorry. And he's just gonna go for Bullet Punch. That's not gonna do jack squat. And he is gonna switch here, but I have no reason to overpredict or anything. Nothing on his team really appreciates a super powerful Overheat from a Rotom, so I'm just going to go for that. And Dragonite at 75% HP is not going to take that all too well. It's going to go down to about 40% HP, so I did some good damage. And considering my Rotom is Choice Scarfed, I think I'm going to get the hell out of there. And I'm just going to switch him into my Miss Magius. It's pretty much sacking it, because I need to know what Dragonite's going to do. And he just straight goes for the Outrage here. Questionable play, but it does bring it down to a 5-5. Miss Magius is dead. Miss Magius could possibly be a threat to his team. So yeah, now I'm going to go right back into Rotom, knowing that he has... The only thing that he can take an HP Ice with is that Scizor. Everything else gets 4 times super affected by it. Except for that Latios, which gets 2 times super affected. But so yeah, it's gonna straight take out the Dragonite, because I know he's to stay in because he's locked in Earthquake. He's going to Landorus, and this thing actually turns out to be Scarfed as well. Landorus Therian form I know it's Therian form because it's Intimidate, but because it's Pokemon Black, it does not show the Therian form. And he goes for the Stone Edge, but he misses. Now that would have been the end of my Rotom. But I don't see it as too much. It is possible that could have been a huge play, but it is what it is. You ran Stone Edge, so he's gonna go to Latios now, because that Landorus is Scarf. I don't think he'd be Scarfed here. So I'm just going to go for that HP Ice. And I actually do quite a bit of good damage to this Latios. I did not think it would do that much. And it does about 50%. That's surprising. He's gonna go for trick. I'm not, and at first I didn't see why, but now that I think about it, that him with a choice scarf is much more threatening because now the only thing I have that can take it is Blastoise. The only thing I can take at Latios is Blastoise. So he's just going to go for Surf and take me out. And now I have to go into Blastoise because what I have left is Darmanitan, Ambipom, and then the pretty much dead Claydol. So now I'm going to Blastoise. He knows that he can't touch me with Surf, so I'm just going to go for the Scald as opposed to the Toxic, hoping that I can get a burn or something. And he switches into Scizor, and unfortunately for me, spoiler alert, I am not going to get the burn here, and it's barely going to do any damage. But I am going to go for Scald again because I don't think Scizor can do much to me. And I do not get the burn yet again. And he's going to go for U-turn. And I believe that is, I think that's Choice Banded damage. So that does about 40% to completely, fully invested defensive Blastoise, which is pretty good. And he goes into Garchomp here. And I think I can take an Outrage or an Earthquake from this at this point. I'm quite sure, even if it's banded or life orbed or something. He does go for the Outrage here, and I live it with about a third of my HP left. And actually being confident again, just like with Claydol, that I will be able to take another one. I do stay in here, and I take it with 14 HP. So, or excuse me, 4 HP. So that was pretty big gamble on my part, but it does pay off, and I do actually get the burn here with the Scald, which is massively important because that Garchomp could also wreck through my team. And this is what separates some Pokemon from UU and some Pokemon from OU, because Pokemon from OU are just fast and powerful, and they just destroy things from UU. And it's probably the biggest gap between tiers, UU and OU. I mean, I guess maybe OU and Ubers, but he's going to go for, he does get the 3-turn Outrage, and believing that the burn would take him down, I go to the Claydol here. But the burn lives him standing with like negative 12 HP, which is like crazy. Which is mad crazy. So I have to go into Darmanitan here. I'm going to go for U-turn here, but he makes a terrible play and switches into his last remaining, which is second last remaining, which is Latios. And from this range, I can easily just take down Latios, which was the only threat to my team at this point, because Darmanitan can easily handle Scizor, and Garchomp will die from switching. So I'm not quite sure why he switched into Latios there, but that pretty much sealed the game for me. Now I can easily just handle him with Darmanitan. And I'm just going to go to Ambipom here. As he's going to go into Garchomp. Garchomp's just going to die from Stealth Rocks. And that's the end of Garchomp. So now I'm up 2-1, and I have Darmanitan, and he has, and Ambipom, and he has that Scizor. And predicting the Bullet Punch because he pretty much has to go for it. Because Ambipom outspeeds, of course. I'm going to go actually into Blastoise. Actually, I do have Blastoise and use him as Death Fodder. But he goes for the Superpower, which is a terrible play again. He should have gone for Bullet Punch straight there, hoping that he can get a crit or something to take out my Ambipom, because he does not outspeed my Ambipom. My Ambipom, anything can take out a Scizor from there. So now I'm going to go to Darmanitan here. And I'm just going to wreck that thing with a Flare Blitz, which is complete mad overkill. Adamant, Stab, Sheer Force, Flare Blitz, super effective 4 times from like 5 HP. That is some big damage overkill on that Scizor, and that is a good game, SrCharles12. So yeah, that was a Wi-Fi battle. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button. Leave a comment about anything, and please subscribe for more content, and I will be continue to be uploading as I was before. So see y'all later, YouTube.